The sun was barely up, casting a soft golden glow over Willow Creek, a quiet corner of Oregon where I'd moved with my wife, Lena, just 3 months ago in the spring of 2024. We'd chosen this place for its solitude, for the shimmering private lake that stretched out behind our cabin, a sanctuary we'd scrimped and saved for, dreaming of mornings just like this one, with coffee steaming in my hand and the world feeling still. But that peace shattered before I could take my second sip. There she was, Evelyn Harper, president of the Pine Hollow Homeowners Association, standing on my dock like she owned it, clipboard raised like a scepter, slapping bright orange stickers on my weathered posts. "You're not in the HOA," she barked, her voice cutting through the dawn. "So this lake belongs to the community." My hands tightened around my mug, not out of fear, but from sheer disbelief. Who walks onto someone's property and claims it like it's public domain? I didn't shout back. Not yet. Instead, I pulled out my phone and snapped a photo of her, the stickers, the clipboard, every detail. The stickers screamed, HOA safety compliance, with a QR code glaring beneath. My coffee went cold as I scanned it, expecting some generic HOA page. What loaded made my stomach lurch: a glossy website listing my lake as a Pine Hollow community asset, complete with fishing docks, kayak rentals, and a summer swim schedule. All on my property. All without my permission. I took screenshots, my fingers trembling, and peeled off one of the stickers, its adhesive still tacky. How long had they been here? Last night? Last week? Did they think I wouldn't notice neon orange on my dock? Lena appeared on the porch, her eyes narrowing as she took in the scene. "What's she doing?" she whispered. I shook my head, bagging the sticker like evidence at a crime scene. Evelyn kept scribbling on her clipboard, muttering about pre-season inspections and community beautification codes. Codes for what? Trespassing? I kept my phone steady, photographing every sticker along the shoreline: orange, green, red, each with different dates. How long had she been marking my land like it was hers? My voice stayed calm, but inside, I was boiling. "This is private property," I said, loud enough for her to hear. She paused, pen hovering, and shot me a look that wasn't anger, but something colder, calculating. "The community has rights to shared amenities," she replied, like it was rehearsed, then jotted another note. My skin crawled at the scratch of her pen. What was she writing? Uncooperative owner. I didn't care. I had the deed, the survey, the county records proving every inch of this lake was mine. We'd bought this place in Willow Creek to escape the grind of Portland, to hear ourselves think. Lena called it our haven during those long months of house hunting. Now, Evelyn was treating it like a public park. As she walked away, her clipboard tucked under her arm, that cold look lingered, like she was already plotting her next move. I downed the rest of my coffee, now bitter, and headed inside. "I'm calling the county," I told Lena, pulling up their website. My parcel popped up instantly. Owner, Daniel Carter. Private water body, 30-foot buffer zone, no easements, no HOA covenants. Clear ownership since we closed in March. So where did Evelyn get the nerve to claim my lake? The Pine Hollow HOA website had the answer. My lake, photographed from my dock, listed as a premium community feature, with seasonal passes and event bookings. They weren't just claiming they were planning to profit from it. I screenshot everything: the promotional photos, the coming soon banners, the FAQ demanding HOA membership for access. The next Saturday, I woke to hammering. Not soft tapping, but heavy, construction-grade pounding from the lake. Through the window, I saw them. HOA volunteers in neon vests, staking solar lights and stringing banners between my trees. Lena sat up, rubbing her eyes. "What's that noise?" she asked, dread in her voice. I grabbed my phone and stormed out. It was chaos. Chairs lined the shore, loudspeakers blared, and a banner screamed, "Community Safety Day." A young volunteer looked up, hammer paused. "Morning. Just finishing the safety perimeter for evening walks." Evening walks. I repeated, filming everything. "Who authorized this?" He pointed to Evelyn, directing volunteers like a general. "The HOA board approved it. MS. Harper says the lake qualifies for county grant funds." Grant funds. Public money on my land. I zoomed in on a light's packaging, catching the county grant sticker. By noon, my shoreline looked like a festival ground. Lena whispered, "I can't sleep with this." That's when I decided enough was enough. I started filing complaints: fire marshal, Environmental Office, Planning Department. If Evelyn wanted to play paperwork games, I'd show her real bureaucracy. Then came the deputy. A sheriff's car rolled into my driveway as I returned from the county office. "Mr. Carter," he asked, looking weary. "Complaint about harassment and interfering with community safety." "Harassment?" I showed him my deed, hands steady despite my racing heart. He studied it, then glanced at Evelyn, still directing her crew. "Ma'am," he called, "you filed a false report. This man owns this lake." Her face twisted, but she recovered fast. "The HOA has usage rights," she insisted. "Previous owner agreements." The deputy shook his head. "Take it to civil court. False reports are a crime." The volunteers scattered, but the lights stayed, blazing through our windows at midnight. I lay awake, staring at artificial daylight, and vowed to end this. Monday, I'd hit every county office with complaints: environmental for buffer zone violations, planning for unpermitted lights, fire marshal for fake emergency claims. But first, I needed to trace that grant money. If Evelyn was lying to the sheriff, what else was she hiding? The county's response came fast. A public records request landed in my mailbox 2 days later, stamped in red. The Pine Hollow HOA had applied for a $20,000 grant, calling my lake a community asset. Evelyn's signature was on every page, swearing under penalty of perjury. Budget breakdowns showed funds for lighting, landscaping, even dock maintenance. A flyer claimed 85% resident approval residents who didn't include me. Lena pointed to a line about a $600 annual lakefront fee for 150 households. "That's $90,000 a year," she said, her voice tight. "From our property." I marched to the community hall, flyer in hand. Neighbors waved receipts, furious. "We paid for lake access," one said. "If it's not legal, we want refunds." I called the county assessor, Tom Reynolds, on speaker. "Check parcel 17-42-6, I said. "That's my lake." He confirmed. "Sole owner, Daniel Carter. No HOA interest. Their grant application is fraud." Then came the bombshell. I woke to a neon green glow in the lake, like something from a sci-fi flick. My mug hit the deck, coffee splattering, as I ran to the water. The southern end pulsed fluorescent, spreading like poison. Lena gasped, "Is that safe?" I spotted HOA contractors by the storm drain, a drum labeled industrial tracer dye nearby. They were testing water flow without permits, dumping chemicals into my drinking water source. I recorded everything: drum, contractors, dead fish floating belly up. Environmental Officer Clara Bennett arrived, furious. "No permit for this," she snapped, photographing the drum's label, "non-toxic but unapproved for wildlife areas." "This is industrial marking dye, cheaper than tracer dye," she said. "Who authorized it?" The contractor showed texts from Evelyn. "Use cost-effective dye. No permits needed. HOA has blanket approval." Clara's voice was ice. "The HOA has no authority here. This is environmental damage." The EPA got involved, classifying it as a federal issue due to the aquifer connection. My lawyer, Greg, called it a slam dunk: environmental damage, property devaluation, even emotional distress. The lake might be unusable for months. Neighbors live-streamed the glowing water, sparking outrage online. Clara's report confirmed oxygen depletion killed fish, and the dye violated federal regulations. The contractor, now cooperative, sent texts proving Evelyn's cost-cutting orders. She said it was legal, he stammered. I trusted her. At the county assessor's office, Tom showed me forged HOA covenants from 1985, fake paper stock, modern fonts. Evelyn had tried it before at another HOA, forced out after similar fraud. Her new lawyer sent a cease and desist, accusing me of defamation. I emailed back the grant application, signed by Evelyn, and wrote, "Explain how my lake is an HOA asset." No reply came. The final meeting was a showdown. Tom, Clara, and insurance investigator Mark laid out the evidence: forged documents, grant fraud, insurance scams, environmental violations. Evelyn signed a no-rights statement, admitting no HOA claim to my lake, agreeing to remove all installations and pay $30,000 in fines. Her attorney looked defeated. She sobbed, claiming stress. "You planned this for months," Clara said coldly. "That's premeditated fraud." The HOA board collapsed. The treasurer resigned, citing liability. Neighbors demanded refunds. Evelyn's house went up for sale, her schemes unraveling under criminal referrals and liens. By week's end, contractors removed every light, every banner, leaving my shoreline scarred but free. I launched a permit system, $20 annually to a conservation fund, fair access with rules. Even Evelyn applied, her request robotic, admitting my ownership. I approved it. Petty revenge wasn't my style, truth was. The lake's glow faded, but traces lingered, a reminder of the fight. Lena and I sat on the dock, watching the sunset paint the water gold. Stars emerged, no artificial glare to drown them out. Evelyn walked by, head down, during her permitted hour. We didn't speak. Her signed permit said enough. She'd lost everything chasing a lie. I'd won by proving what was mine. So what would you have done? Would you have fought like I did, or walked away? Should Evelyn face jail time? Or is losing everything punishment enough? Can HOAs ever be trusted with power like this? Drop your thoughts below, hit like if you felt the rage, and subscribe for more stories where truth takes down delusion. Stay sharp, neighbors.